Hi, I'm Tammy Spoon. Dave Ramsey said, doing a budget means learning an ancient and powerful word, no. How would you feel to know that all your bills and expenses are paid every month and you still had money left over to save? You kept your credit in good standing, which is really important these days. And another important thing is when you create a budget, you want to make sure you create a realistic budget, one that you can stick to. About 8 years ago, I went through a divorce, moved out on my own, had a 14-year-old son, and I had to create a simple budget for me to be able to pay all my bills and to be able to live within my financial means. Wasn't all that bad at first. It was a little bit hard, but about a month or two later, you kind of get used to it. Most important thing is to just stick to it. So first, let's discuss the meaning and the importance of a budget. In the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, budget means a plan used to decide the amount of money that can be spent and how it will be spent. The importance of a budget is financial stability, to ensure that you are paying all your common bills and can still live within your financial means. Any type of income can be created, a budget can be created for. The most important thing, again, is to make sure it's realistic, one that you can stick to. Now that we've discussed the meaning and the importance of a budget, let's look at how to create a budget. On payoff.com, there's 5 simple steps. 1 is to calculate your expenses. 2 is to determine your income. 3, set savings and debt goals. 4, which is a big thing for me, is you need to record your goals. You need to record your spending and keep track of all your progress. And again, the most important thing is to be realistic. We just discussed the steps of creating a budget. Now let's look at my personal budget that I use, and I still use to this day, as it helps me stay on track. Even though I've remarried and my expenses may not be as much as they used to be, it still keeps me on track, and it still keeps me being able to save money and to be able to have money for emergencies, birthdays, vacations, anything that may come up. And the first thing I do is I do a bi-weekly budget because I get paid bi-weekly. So the first thing I do is I write down what my income is for that week. I average it out. Sometimes it's a little higher and sometimes it's a little bit lower. I do all my bills that I want to pay for that paycheck, and then I write the amount. One of the things that I do is I average the amount as the highest. So for instance, in the wintertime, my light bill is higher, so I keep that average year round. And say this month I averaged $150, or the amount was $150, but my bill wasn't but $130. So I take that $20 and I put it into my savings account. One of the other good things and main things you want to do is budget for savings. If you want to save $50 this paycheck, put it on your budget so you make sure that you do save that money. Then I have an average of what I have left over to run me for those 2 weeks. And at the end of those 2 weeks, I look and see how much I've got left, and say I've got $50 left. I put it either on one of my credit cards, car payment, or I put it in my savings account to be able to use later for something else that I may need. I also always pay at least $5 more on my credit card or my car payment every month, because the sooner you get that interest paid off and that bill paid off, the more money you're going to be able to save. And this can be changed at any time as things gets paid off, or you get a pay raise, or whatever the need may be. So this is how I do my budget. Like I said, I still stick to it to this day, and it helps me tremendously. In conclusion, I have shared the meaning and importance of a budget. I have shared with you how to create a budget, and I've showed you my simple budget that I do still to this day. I mentioned keeping your credit in good standing in the beginning. And that's the main thing, is to keep all your bills paid and to keep your credit in good standing. So now what I want you to do is go home, set your budget, get you a budget and stick to it. You will, about 2 months, you'll be so used to it, you won't even know anything's different, and you will be amazed at how your financial stability is and the savings that you've saved over those few months and how well it works for you.